Know China to do better business. Save time and money with expert insights on China trade and investment. Welcome to our channel Trade with China. Today, we are going to explore the booming economic partnership between China and Central Asia and what it means for your business.
All right, let's just jump right in with a number that'll make your head spin, 69%. That's how much Chinese direct investment into Central Asia shot up in just the first 6 months of 2025. We're not talking about slow, steady growth here. This is an absolute economic explosion. It's basically a giant flashing sign telling all of us that this region is no longer on the sidelines. It's jumping right into the center of the global investment stage.
So you gotta ask, right? What is going on here? What's fueling this incredible surge? Well, to get it, you have to understand that Central Asia is having a major comeback moment. For centuries, this place was literally the heartland of Eurasia, the core of the ancient Silk Road. And now, after decades of being, kind of off the map, this sleeping giant is waking up, and it's ready to reclaim its pivotal role on the world stage.
And look, this isn't some flash in the pan. I mean, just look at these numbers. For the last 20 years, Central Asia has been averaging 6.7% GDP growth annually. That's not just a little better than other places, it's blowing the competition out of the water. It's way ahead of the average for developing countries and more than double the world average. And you know what's powering this? A huge, young, and increasingly educated population. We're talking 82 million people strong.
When we say heartland, it's not just some cool, poetic nickname. It's a stone-cold geographic fact. This region is the essential land bridge, the critical link connecting China to Europe. Think about it. It was the crossroads for ancient empires, and now it's doing it all over again, but for today's world. It's becoming the hub for modern supply chains, for massive energy pipelines, and for the exact strategic minerals that our entire future is built on.
Okay, let's drill down a bit, because this is where it gets really interesting. We're not just talking about a random pile of rocks and minerals. Check this out. Kazakhstan is a monster player in uranium and rare earths. The stuff that powers nuclear plants and all our gadgets. Then you've got Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, holding on to key metals like antimony, which is absolutely vital for batteries. Uzbekistan, a top copper producer with serious potential for lithium. Hello, electric vehicles. And let's not forget Turkmenistan, sitting on the 4th largest natural gas reserves in the world. Seriously, these aren't just commodities. They are the literal building blocks of the entire 21st century economy.
So, okay, you've got this incredible potential, right? Perfect location, packed with resources. But potential doesn't pay the bills. You have to unlock it. And that's exactly what's happening. Huge infrastructure projects are kicking into gear, building a brand new modern Silk Road. Not of camels, but of railways, pipelines, and fiber optics. Let's take a look at how it's all coming together on the ground.
Take this, for example, the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan Railway. This thing is a total game changer for logistics. Right now, shipping from China can take, almost a month? This new Iron Silk Road is set to slash that journey in half, down to just 15 to 18 days. And get this, it cuts transport costs by 30%. If you're in the supply chain business, that is an absolutely massive competitive edge. And it's not just about moving boxes and products. We're talking about energy. The pipeline network connecting China and Central Asia, wow, it's already delivered over 400 billion cubic meters of natural gas to China. Think about that number. This isn't just a simple business deal. It's a cornerstone of energy security for one of the world's biggest economies. And on the flip side, it's a super stable, long-term source of cash for the Central Asian countries. It's a classic win-win. But here's where the story gets even more interesting, because it's evolving. It's moving beyond just digging stuff out of the ground. Just look at the car market in a place like Kazakhstan. You've got Chinese brands like Chery, Jack, and Havel snapping up a real chunk of the market share. What does that tell you? It shows us that a much deeper economic connection is forming. It's not just about resources anymore. It's about making and selling things to a growing consumer base right there. And this partnership is definitely looking ahead. Check out this wind project in Uzbekistan, a collaboration with China. It's the biggest of its kind in the entire region. Yeah, it's making clean power, which is great, but it's also cutting 1.6 million tons of CO2 from the atmosphere every single year. This is proof that the money flowing in isn't just going into old school industries. It's being poured into green tech and building a sustainable future. Okay, so that's the big picture, right? We've got the strategic spot on the map, the incredible resources, and these massive projects that are changing everything. So now let's bring it all home. Let's talk about what this means for you.
Think of what's coming next as your personal investor playbook, a guide to getting in on the action in the heartland.
All right, so this is a million-dollar question, isn't it? With all this going on, where are the real opportunities? Where should smart money be looking to get the best bang for its buck?
The great thing is, the opportunities are really diverse. I mean, sure, you've got the obvious ones, critical minerals, green energy. They're directly tied to what the whole world needs right now. But the really smart money is also looking at the sectors that make everything else possible. We're talking infrastructure, logistics, and advanced manufacturing for things like electric vehicles. And here's a pro tip. Don't sleep on the digital economy or modern agriculture. With a young population that's tech-savvy and a real need for more efficiency, those areas are just begging for new tech and innovation.
Now, let's be real. An opportunity this big always comes with risks. You've got geopolitical maneuvering, complicated local rules, and currencies that can be a bit of a roller coaster. But, and this is a big but, these are all manageable. For the geopolitics, you can use existing platforms like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to create a more stable environment. For tricky regulations, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats having a strong local partner who knows how things work. And for the currency issue, more and more deals are being done in local currencies to smooth things out. See, the goal isn't to pretend there's no risk. The goal is to manage it smartly.
So, if there's just one thing you remember from our chat today, let it be this. The old way of doing business, just showing up and taking resources, is over. It's dead. Real, long-term success in Central Asia now is all about creating shared value. What does that mean? It means you're investing in local people, you're building local supply chains, and you're creating real partnerships where everyone wins. The community, the country, and you, the investor.
This channel will bring you practical knowledge to navigate business, investment, culture, economic trends, and communication tips in trades with China. Your comments really encourage us to realize our video value and update more useful information. Please press like, subscribe now for actionable insights and win-win solutions, not to miss the possibility to understand and make money in trades with China.